G'day folks, it's Phil from 15 Minute Guitar Practice here. Hope you're doing good. Today we're looking at an alternative solo for Hey Joe. Now, this will be for you if you already know the solo as performed by Jimi Hendrix on the record, and you're looking for something that's a little bit different but still sounds like Jimi. And this is also, I guess, has a particular practical usefulness if you're at a jam with buddies, or in your own band, or an open mic, and there's two guitarists, and the other guitarist has taken the first solo, and he's played exactly what's on the record, leaving you kind of going, alright, what am I going to do here, apart from completely improvise. So what I'm going to show you in this tutorial is how to play Jimi's live version from the Winterland Theatre performance of the 11th of October 1968. Now 99% of it is lifted exactly from that. There's like an extra bar or so that I've just inserted some typical Jimi licks into. There are two things to note with this particular 1968 performance. The first is that it's a lot slower than the recorded version, and it was quite common for Jimi to do things much faster or much slower on the night depending on how he felt. And the second thing to note is that the experience is joined by a keyboard player for this particular song. Now, keyboard's not really doing much, just like root notes and pads, but it's interesting to hear a fourth instrument in there. That was played by Herbie Rich, who also worked with Buddy Miles and the Buddy Miles Express. Okay, so enough talk, let's get to the close-up and I can show you where to put your fingers. Okay, let's get started. So this is a solo that's very typically Jimi. Typically Jimi means it's minor pentatonic shape 1, and we're playing it between the 12th and the 15th fret. Okay, so first note is a tone bend on the 15th fret of the B string with lots of vibrato. Next we're playing, we kind of continue to play and hold that bend and do the very typical Jimiism of releasing one bend from the B string and catching a note on the G string. You know, that whole thing. So he's bent up, he's hit that note again, and now he's releasing it, and then he's hitting the G string on the way down. So we've got so far. Okay, so after he's released the kind of micro bend on 14 of the G string, then he's playing 14 of the G string one more time. And then he's playing 12, 15, 12. And then 12 on the G string. So that whole thing should be. Okay, next we play this. So that is a hammer on from 12, 14 on the D, 12, 14 on the G, and then this big tone bend with your first finger on the G string. Then this kind of bent double stop, we're playing 14 on both the G and the B strings. Bending up a little bit, and then playing 12. After that we play 14 on the G, 14 on the D, and then 12 on the G. And then lastly land on 14 on the D string. So far we've got okay, it doesn't last too long here on 14 on the D. It skips up to top E on the 12th fret and plays this. So that's 12 E, 15 with a kind of quarter tone bend on the B string, back to 12 on the E, and then 14 pulling off to 12 on the G string, and then 14 on the D. The next phrase is this. Okay, lots of wide vibrato for that last note. Okay, so that phrase starts here, 12 G, 14 on the D, 14 on the G, 12 G, 14 D, and then lastly, wide vibrato, 12 on the G. Okay. Okay. Holds that for pretty much a whole bar, and then we're heading up to 17 on the top E with a full tone bend, and the rest goes like this. That's another classic Jimi thing. We start with a bend on the 17th fret of the top E, a whole tone bend. Then we play that again, 17, full bend, but quicker this time. Then play 17, top E. Then hammer 15, 17, 15 on the top E, and then 17 on the B string. Then back to 15 on the E. And then hammer on 15, 17 on the B string. And then 15 on the E. So that will be. Then we do a very, very Jimi thing, which is a kind of double stop thing. We're playing 15 on the B string, 14 on the G string, and doing this hammer pull thing, 14, 16, 14 on the G, while playing 15 on the top, 15 on the B string, and then grabbing 17 on the D string, and then playing. So that, again, that's 15 on the B and 14 on the G, hammering on to 16. So we've got, firstly, a hammer pull, 17 on the D, and then just hammer on. Okay, so those two bits together, we've got. Next, we've got this kind of droning string where Jimi's playing one slightly bent string against one that's not being bent, and he increases the bend, and you'll hear the kind of dissonance. It starts 14 on the G string, and he's playing that slightly bent against 12 on the B string, so it's like. So as you can see, it goes. So yeah, he's kind of keeping this 12 on the B string the same, but increasing the pressure and pitch of the note on the G string. Okay, so that's 14, 12 with a quarter tone bend. Keep on bending 14 on the G string up to half. Play 12 on the B string and kind of keep on pushing 14 on the G. And then bring it down to 14G, pull off 12, and then 14 on D string. So, and then end with 12 on the G string. But again, not too much time before we hit top E again. The next phrase is this. Okay, so that's 12, top E, 15, B, hammer and pull from 12 to 15, 12 on the B string, 14 on the G, 12 on the G, and 14 D. Our final phrase goes like this. Okay, so we started 12 on G and went to 14, and then did a tone and a half bend at 16 on G. Let that kind of die and play 14, 16 hammer on, then 12 but a quarter tone bend, and then 14 on the D. Hold that for lots of time, and then just as a parting leading into the kind of do 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 do, I've just put in this. So that's basically another kind of Jimmy double stop. We're playing 12 on the D, 12 on the G, hammering on the D string to 14, but making sure the G string continues to ring as we hammer on. It's nothing worse than hammering on and having the bottom part of this finger choke off the note underneath. So you make sure it's... Okay, so we hammer on 12 and 12 on the D and G string, hammering on to 14 on the D only, but letting 12 on the G string ring. Then playing 12, 12 on the D and the G, and then a run down from 14, 13, 12 and 10 on the A string. Okay, one more time, super slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you have it, an alternative take that you can get under your fingers. You can even join up the original recorded version with this live performance version if you like. Certainly when I go out and play in the Hendrix project, I do exactly that, because as a tribute band, people do want to hear what they're familiar with on the record, but also I like to add a little bit more and extend that, and also interject my own creativity. So if you want to stick around, I'll chuck a couple of seconds of performance on the end of this video. Alright, this is Phil from 15 Minute Guitar Practice. If you like what you have learnt today, then give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, always open to suggestions about what to cover next, or other kind of things. Subscribe, please, if you would like to, and well, I'll see you around sometime soon. This is Phil from 15 Minute Guitar Practice, saying bye for now. Cheers.